Yeah, this is Ken Roosevelt, and this is our introduction to stats and variables. So stats. Statistics is the science of conducting studies to collect, organize, summarize, analyze, and draw a conclusion. We collect information, we organize it, we summarize it, we analyze it, and we draw conclusions. In this class, we probably won't collect. We'll use collections of data that other people have provided. We will organize them. We will summarize them. We will analyze them as we progress further, and we will draw conclusions based on them. That's what stats is. So the only part we might not do in this class, because it's not on campus but online, is collect. Why do we study stats? We study stats to understand, to do, and to decide. To understand, what do I mean by that is, as a professional, as a college-educated person, you may be called upon to read a study, and from that study, make a decision or a recommendation, or just to read it for your own edification and learning. And the study of statistics will allow you to understand the vocabulary, symbols, concepts, and procedures that are in there. And more specifically, it will allow you to understand if the study you're reading is actually meaningful to a question you're asking, or if it's not relatable at all, if there is no value to you for the study. Another thing we use, why do we study stats, is to do stats. You may be called upon to conduct research if you are a social science major, if you are a business person, if you are an educator, or in a variety of other fields. If you're in quality control, you might be called upon to do a study. Studies can consist of very simple things like finding the average amount of time that somebody spends in a checkout line, to much more complicated studies. I can't even think of a good example right now, but they vary in complexity. In this class, we'll prepare you with the know-how to set up an elementary level study in descriptive or inferential statistics. When you're done with this class, you'll be able to do some meaningful stuff. You won't just know a bunch of vocab words. You'll have some know-how to design your own study if you need to. And the third reason we look at it is to decide. If you understand, or if you read someone else's, or you make your own, at the end of that you're going to have to make a decision. And without this class or another class like it, you might not make the right decision. You might think the study is saying one thing when in fact it's not. Oftentimes, from looking at variables, you might think that something is the case when in fact there's not enough evidence there to conclude that. And without repeating the study or increasing the sample size, your decision will actually be made partly in ignorance, and won't be on as strong a footing as it would be if you understood statistics and you made your study a little stronger, with more certainty. Also, we're bombarded every day by images and statistics that are presented in advertisement, but oftentimes the advertisements don't tell you too much. And when they say 9 out of 10 dentists, after taking this course, where before you might have accepted, 9 out of 10, that sounds very good, you might ask yourself some important questions like, what was the sample size? Were the samples random? Were they samples of convenience? What was the method of analysis? Why is, where's the degree of error? All those things that they don't necessarily put in advertisements, but the intelligent consumer should really think about. Statisticians collect information for variables which describe various situations of interest. My friend is an actuary. He works for a company that designs retirement packages. Um, when you design a retirement package, you're looking at paying people money over the long term until they pass away, until their life is over. So he has to collect data that tells him how long on average these people who come from this job and do this kind of work live after they retire. And based on that, he has to decide how much the company who will be retiring them and offering this retirement package should be charged to buy this retirement package off of this insurance company who will, what's the word I'm looking for? Who administrate the retirement package. So they want the retirement package to be mutually beneficial to the company that's buying it, to its constituent workers, and also to the insurance company, because they aren't doing this as a nonprofit, they're doing it to make money. So that's three different people, or three different things you're trying to make happy. And the way they do that is statistics. They analyze variables. They aren't the only ones. If you're in government, if you're in business, if you're in education, those are some big areas where statistics are used. But you might even do it in church to see if you're going to do a new program in the community. Is there a need for it? You might do a survey, and that is statistics. What's a variable? A variable is a characteristic or attribute that can assume different values. It's the answer to a question asked to a bunch of different people.